Welcome back to the WarNest Chibuku 2v2 tournament. This is a game from round 3 between, on the blue side, the delicately named Oceangate Smoothie of Kuranovu and Mondi versus their opponents on the red side, the Sleepers, CHR Propaganda and EDAF. I casted one of their games in the previous round where they lost to a team called D Generation X. This is a game from the following round. I explained on the previous video, and probably will on all of the Tourney videos, that this is a round robin format tournament because we only got 6 teams. The first tournament we've done, and there will be more tournaments after this if people enjoy this one and want to play more. I won't mess around. People tell me that the start is boring, so I'll just quickly do their deployments, starting with Kuranovu on blue. He's playing his second West German Panzer Division. Seen this division quite a lot in the tournament because it's strong, it's got forward deployment, it's got loads of everything, it's good. So, what's he got? Eclairs as recon, chocolate eclairs, one going to that tree line, one going to that tree line, which will then walk across there to watch that point. He's got Jaeger CVs, going aggressive, going for a CV in that point, and then there to walk in there. And then he's got, interestingly, he's not gone for the usual standard issue 2nd Panzer ton of FS Jaeger troops. The only forward deployment he's actually using, other than his recon, is the CV FS Jaeger. So not bringing those as an opener, which is quite interesting because normally people choose this div so they can rush at the start with all of their FS Jaegers. Mysterious. Very mysterious. So yeah, I've already covered the Eclairs. Fuchs. This is a Fuchs. Motherfuckers. These are they're like exceptional optics recon vehicles. I don't think they get any weapons. Okay, so unarmed but exceptional optics recon vehicles. So he's going for lots of recon at the start. One going there, which will see all of this stuff. One going there. Where are the rest going? Are they all going to those 2 spots? Curious. Oh, one going there and one going somewhere else. One going there. So he's going for recon coverage of all of this. Love it. And Mondi's units mixed in as well, but generally speaking, I think it's him, is opening artillery. He's opening Pioneer, and this is where the bulk of his points have gone. So instead of the FS Jaeger at the start, he's gone for loads of Marders. 1A3 Milan tow. No, it's not a tow, it's a Milan armed IFE. He's got 6 of them going, presumably 3 to each point, so counting on those IFEs to get the damage done at the start. And then his teammate, Mr. Mondi. Is he going to show what he's doing? Yeah, here we go. Alright, Mondi. What's he got? So he's playing as 5th Panzer, which is the other West German division, the armoured one. So his recon contingent is a Alouette recon heli. I don't use these because they're delicate and they just get shot down immediately, but he's putting it over there. A Fernspeyer, which is like a sniper squad, I think. It's got a sniper in it, and it's unloading there, and then the vehicle's going over there. And Jaeger Aufklärer, big recon squad, going there. And behind that, he's put a Feld depot because he wants to arty spam. It's the only reason you'd bring that. Flieger, anti-air, Marder 1A2, so not quite as good as the infantry one on his teammate's deck, but still pretty good. Basically the same, it's just got worse armor. Going there. A Bopar, 80 GM heli going up there. Good point for it. It's got really good sight. 2 2 Marders, so very IFV heavy opener, which means they'll be strong when they get there, but they'll get there late because they're slow, they're tracked. Going there, good point for its ATGMs to go down these roads, and another one going there for the same reason. So he's taking control of this tree line basically and backing it up with ATGM. Failed depot, 175 point investment there, and 2 F4 Phantoms, so they want to control the air right at the start. Now we'll quickly do their opponents. CHR Propaganda, who is taking the 79th Soviet Armored Div, T-80 Div, with lots of BMPs as well. So 2 Spetsnaz GRU. This is a good. So in absence of forward deployment, these are sort of the next best thing for packs. Spetsnaz GRU, they're good. Special Forces Infantry, one going to that building, one going all the way over there. That's a dangerous route, because it'll probably just get blown up in its transport before it gets there. Mi-8 recon heli going there. So both teams facing each other on this side using recon helis at the start. Couple of little recon vehicles. Razvedka BMP2. So it takes his. Okay, so motorized Razvedka in the BMP2. Don't see that a lot. That's interesting. So that's going, dropping off its infantry there and then moving to that tree line. So yeah, good. It's got a ATGM on it. BRM1. I love these things. Little. Oh no, wait, that's a different one. Oh, that's the one with exceptional optics. That's another thing you don't see very often. So that's going on this wacky route around there, and then it's ending up there. So I guess he wants to move it across there and snipe things. It's got exceptional optics, so good for that. But I find that the weapon on it does nothing. And then we've got a transport going up there. We've got 2 Iglas going to that house. We've got Conkers going to that house. T-80 at the start, following the route of the BMP, which I guess will be spotting for it, going there. 2 Strellas, anti-air going into the forest. And a command, T-80 taking over the point. So, oh, and another Spetsnaz GRU on this side, which is going up to that house there. They've got exceptional optics as well. And his partner is EDAF taking the 39th Soviet Infantry Division, which gets a bit of everything. It used to be this really omnipotent, do everything division, but they've neutered it a bit. They took away its BMP3s. Now it's not as good, but it's still good. So motorized Vedska, which he's also put in the BMP with ATGM. 2 heading up to Charlie. Mi-24 recon heli, which he's skirting around the edge of the map so it doesn't get shot down. Put there, but the F4s will probably shoot it down anyway. And then a mishmash of Mojo Strelky units. 2 Iglas on his side as well. One going there, one going there. Saperi going heavy infantry in there, so he's going to take that at the start. And then 3 Mojo Strelky backing them up. So infantry heavy, mainly focusing on Charlie, but also getting into Delta. And a CV going straight into Charlie. No CV for Delta. So I think blue side will get an early points advantage then. And then a Conkers going. Where are you going? Conkers is going right to the top of that tree line. I don't know if that's a good spot. I mean, yeah, if your opponent's stupid enough to drive down this road, I guess, but otherwise not really. Make more sense to put it there, to be honest. And it's protected by a building there, and it can shoot. If anything gets tried along this road, it can shoot that, and if your opponent's trying to flank the point, it can do that as well. So yeah, I'll put it there, but it doesn't matter. I forgive him. Right, let's start the game. Let's start the game. I'll cast it from blue side because screw it. Right, and they're off. They're off. Oh, heavy air start. So Kuranova bringing in a napalm bomber, Mondi with the 2 F4s, and they'll surely get the Mi-24 quite early. Yep, this F4 is probably going to see it and shoot it down. Napalm bomber bombing those trees, killing them, and the Mi-24 goes down as expected. This recon heli probably going to go down as well. Oh no, gets lucky. So these guys, is he going to drive through the flames? No, no, look at that. Beautiful. Dodges them. If he drove through that, it might have blown up his little gas truck, which would have been silly. but he realised. So Coronova not really taking advantage of the forward deployment, which is the big early game strength of this division, but you know, his Mardas are gonna have a good time when they get there. So it's a trade-off. Is this unarmed, this thing? I think it is. It's just a little truck with a radar dish on top of it, so no weapons. It's just good for the optics. I don't really rate these things because I think if you're going to take a unit, you want a unit that can shoot at things rather than just sinking your points into, you know, there's recon squads which can fight back, which also have exceptional optics, and they're more survivable because they're not vehicles, but to each their own. So CV's arriving. F4 tries to kill the GRU, but they get out. It's got this F4 still flying around. It will need to leave there soon because the Strelas will open up on it and the Iglas. Mondi's helicopter taking shots early. Goes down. They just die in one shot because they're like really low strength. Edaf Saperi arriving this point, but the Jaeger's there, so he's going to get 3 points for a while. Artillery already coming in on the GRU, so they've the Razit's got some purpose then, so it's spotting. Even though this thing's got exceptional stealth, the Razit can see it because of its exceptional optics, and so they're going to blow it up along with that building, possibly, which means that'll be out of use. The Mardas have finally arrived, late to the party, but I guess they knew that Red didn't really have its own forward deployment to get in there first, so it hasn't cost them that they didn't use their forward deployment. So yeah, even Stevens on the points now. This FS Jaeger needs to run away because Edaf's got way more forces there to stop it, but here come the Mardas. Let's watch them. Let's watch them in action. Shooting their little red traces down this road. Going to kill these BTRs, which only have MGs. And he's got a Fuchs Milan here to shoot vehicles as well. Pioneer's flanking. And he's got a recon on this side as well, so a nice little attacking force. These Marder squads won't last very long in the open because they're weak. I think they're 4-man, 5-man, little fire teams basically. Yep, so he's going to run forward anyway, and they'll get into that building and die. Edaf's bringing in a CV, so he's going to get the tick. And on this side, nothing's happening. Lots of RT use already, because with these tiny load zones, there's not really anywhere for the enemy to hide, so you can just, it's good opportunity to RT spam. So the fighting's happening over here for now, so that is what we should watch. Going over pouring on the fire with his Mardas. Edaf's got no response really, needs a tank over here. Needs a tank. Should have bought an ATGM at the start. I guess he was hoping that MR24 would do this, but you always take a risk taking that at the start, especially against a div with loads of cheap air like the West German ones. Mondi supporting his teammate nicely with these Leopard 105s in a perfect vantage point, got nothing that can shoot them. 2 BMP-1s on the way, but yeah. So these BMP-1s from the recon squads will possibly deal with them. Yeah. So right now, and the artillery will come in now and start hammering those motor strelki, and these guys here are probably going to kill that squad. So the infantry mostly dead, but the Marder's proving quite difficult to deal with. Going to face off against these BMP-1s. Going to, yeah, swap ATGMs with them. One of them might go down. So yeah, that developing over here. On this side, CHR Propaganda attacking. He's got his T-80 coming up to shoot the Marder. It's got BRM-1 on this side, the recon vehicle, firing its cannon. Panzer Grenadiers, weak infantry. These guys should have been pulled back earlier really, because he's going to lose all his infantry on this point. He's got 2 A4, which is benefiting from the vet provided by the CV. Gets a 1 shot on the BRM. Yeah, yeah, solid attack going on here from Red. On this side, Edaf pouring in on this corner. These Jaeger squads are quite good. They're big. Rocket plane coming in. Doesn't do much damage. These rockets don't do a huge amount of damage anymore. They're not really that good. The CV's died on that side. So this attack here, blob of BTRs doing some good fire support, but driving in a bit now, so they'll get shot by the ATGMs and the Marder. Should have just kept them outside because they were shooting already. On this side, blue He's holding on. These motorstrucky here are in quite a good position though. And on this side, the T-80s have got round. That T-80 is nearly dead. But the Leopard 2A4 under fire, gets a side shot, kills it. Or I guess he was trying to fast path it down the road. Yeah, it was just the wrong time for it. So at this point, pretty well in hand for CHR propaganda. Mondi's helping his partner on this side, so he's distracted. Meanwhile, his partner is Kuronova, focusing entirely over here. He's got masses of forces, easily enough to deal with EDAF's push here. Motorstrucky's being pulled in, lots of them. CV surely on its way for this point. Right now, red on a 1 tick. What's happening over here? So, yeah, tanks, helicopters, lots of helicopters. 80 options coming in, artillery pounding it. Is there a CV coming in? I didn't see one. No CV yet. So CVs, oh, 2 CVs over here for this one. One's maybe going across there, I don't know. Yep, so EDAF got a sort of toe hold in here, needs supply coming. These guys going to clear him out because these squads are almost all dead. On this side, bomber comes in, does something, didn't see what. Artillery smashing this point still. Lots of T-80s, but yeah, he can see him. And he's got the weapon switched off, or does he? I don't know, he might. Literally making him even more invisible, so here come the tanks. CHR propaganda trying to push even further, but runs into tanks and Milans and having to pull back. He's got the fact that he's being watched, and his opponent can see everything he's doing, puts him in a lot of danger from planes. But yeah, he's going to struggle to get any further than this because of all the fire support arriving. So really, he's going to need some infantry to help consolidate here. At the moment, his TA is getting smacked. The ISD 29 is on its way, which is the super fast one. EDAF's infantry here is all dying. And it's a stalemate on this point. Both sides reinforcing with IFVs. So the attack here completely destroyed. And that's back to where it was before. So not enough. Needed some bombers. The artillery working really well. Whose artillery is it? It's in Boimondi, and they've got a Lars as well. So that's one of the strongest areas of this div, artillery. They can really just pump out artillery. They get loads of it, and it's good. So T-80's getting whacked. That one gets jeez, it's got a side shot on an ISD. It's like a 260 point. And might even get a side. Yeah, these tanks are just getting rinsed now. That's bad. Look at this. Artillery. Bopar. It's going to kill it. Yeah. 3 T-80s lost in like 10 seconds. So 5 went in, 2 go out, and they're almost dead. So this has been a short-term victory here for propaganda. Just never did what was necessary, never flooded it with infantry. So now that's done. But got them on a 2 point. CV here either died or got pushed out. Still being fed. So EDAF having lots of forces here. CV has to run away. Tanks required really for this. Maybe some more AA. I don't see a lot of AA. 2 Iglas won't cut it. No against these guys. These guys love their planes. So yeah, pretty solid hold of this really important high ground here, which just can dominate this ground, give him targets constantly for all the artillery and stuff to come in. And because it's recon, it gets artillery correction, which means it can actually hit what it's shooting at. So now the artillery pushing out of here as well. So yeah, really doing a good job of keeping propaganda's tanks at bay as blue. This side is just turning into a great big blob, which EDAF will have a lot of difficulty cracking open unless they exploit their own artillery. To Gvozdika's moving up. That's juicy target for an MLRS, so we'll see if they realise that. But both players now focusing on this. So CHR Propaganda happy to get back in this tree line here and hold off. Blue still not quite ready to get back into Bravo. But in here, both players pushing up, trying to... But, you know, this is like second Panzer stuff. They just get all the fire support. They get so many autocannons for dealing with infantry and helis and planes and cheap tanks to deal with tanks. You've got to really take the initiative against these divs, because if you let them lock an area down like this, you won't really have enough to sort them out unless you just massively outplay them. So Conkers has finally showed up, but it's in the open, so it will die. 2-man squad, 2 strength. Okay. Fire support pouring in here. So, 1A5 gets too brave and gets killed by Modus Strelky. But, you know, red is all bunched up. Easy target. Blue knows where he is. Easy to deal with. Red's still holding onto this place. Still no CV over here. Yeah, there's no CV. Definitely time to sort that out. It's custom. It could have eradicated this 500 point, or stopped this 500 point advantage from ticking up with a CV over there. So they want to do that pretty quick. And here, Blue's infantry has been pushed out. Those little FS Jaeger squads are just no good. They're only like 4-man, very easy to kill. The Modus Strelky, despite not being a huge amount stronger themselves, have successfully taken this whole point. Now it's kind of died down a bit. Air battles, SU-25 rocket coming in. Yeah, double kill, wasted points for both sides. 27S, best ASF in the game, I think. Artillery coming in. Lots of artillery. What do we got? What do we got now? We've got Lars, we've got these two things. Is this the huge one? No, it's the M109 type thing. Lars. Good for just irritating. Very inaccurate. Ridiculously inaccurate. But sometimes that helps, because it covers a wider area. Kind of, if you're aiming at a big blob, it kind of guarantees your chance of hurting more things in it and being more of a nuisance. Yeah, so just a bit of R&R for both players right now. 600 point advantage to CHR Propaganda and EDAF. CHR Propaganda feeling ready to push in again on this side. He's got 3 T-80s. He's got an MI-24 back there. As before though, he can be seen, so his opponent's watching him, and when the artillery comes in, it'll be corrected, so it'll be more accurate. But these things will easily chew up these 203s. However, you can see the artillery probably going to be firing any second on these things, and he needs to be careful that these things are covering every angle, because last time the helicopters just flew over here and just blew them up. 60 point helicopters killing 200 and whatever point tanks a bit easily. This time he's backing up with the Conkers to deal with the 2A3s when they come in. He's got the AT. Oh, this is the one that's... No. Oh, there's some kind of AA in there. Is this the one that's got AA? Oh, it is. It's the one with the red eye. But the red eye doesn't do anything, so the AT doesn't need to be that worried about it. Cluster bombs come in. Might get a T-AT. And they just... No, okay, they just annoy it. But artillery coming in as well. So, same problem as before. It's not really the place for tank... I mean, they should be back here, really. They should be back here, because then, you know, the ATGM can cover all the ground it needs to up to this point where the tanks come around. So he's not going to sit there and just get blown up, so he's going back. Finally, the CV tank turns up, so that point will be taken back. Conker's there, well positioned. Gets spotted by the recon, of course, and will get blown up. What's happening on this side? Going over, attacking again with all the fire support. T-80 has arrived. but it's got a blob of Milans to deal with before it can be much use. So another attack happening here. CV wandering in as well. Cluster goes in. What's it going for? Going for those. Oh, it does go. Yeah, it's a CV. No, not a CV. A transport vehicle. So okay, so the CV goes in. He's got a CV in there. So big standoff on this side. Both players have a lot of force backing up their forces on this side. Artillery finally doing some work. Red's just not used it very much in this game, and artillery's good. It's quite good at the moment. It's not insane, but I mean, look what it's done to that CV infantry. It nearly killed it in a single volley. So blue pretty blobbed up now, so they might be feeling the pain of artillery from EDAF shortly. His infantry at low strength, needs to be pulling him back. But good attack. His attacks have been more effective than EDAF's attacks, to be honest. This Milan's being a bit silly. Was it in range? Or was that? It's just too low Asian to fire anyway. Okay. Bomber comes in. Good bombing run. Goes down there. On this side, blue's got a CV in. The T-80's coming back. T-80's coming back in, but there's too much blue fire support. Too much cheap blue fire support. In West German, you know, these two divisions work really well together. Really well together. They've got loads of fire support, loads of planes, loads of spammy tanks. These two Soviet divs, pretty expensive, I think. Pretty expensive, so if the aggression isn't there and it doesn't work, difficult to play against these two divs. On these tiny, you know, the tiny points on these maps as well, two of which are urban, the spammier infantry div has an innate advantage, and to be honest, even the 5th German Panzer's kind of a bit of a spammy infantry deck, because they get loads of cheap, quite good infantry as well. Is that another Conker's about to die in the same spot as the last one? Cluster comes in. This could be nasty. Oh, the T-80's run away. But it is going to get one. Gets one, nearly kills one. EDF not really knowing where to place the T-80s. They're just getting hunted down wherever they go. Kuronova being much more sensible, using his to duck in and out of these trees here. It's good. Good stuff. CHR propaganda settling back over here. Artillery duel. What the Grozsticker's firing at? Firing here at this supply truck. Blue firmly in control of here for now. Red rearming for the next push, but Kuronova exploiting his control to push forward. Wants to push EDAF back from the point. Push him back, must prevent him from getting a toe hold in here again. So 2A3's moving up. 4 2A3's. Dangerous force. Not a lot of ATGM here. It keeps getting killed. EDAF's little, whatever they're called, Congress teams, because he just stands them in the he just stands them in the wheat, and they die. Good target this. Good target for a cluster bomber. Bunch of tanks sat in a line of bushes, but Red's got that issue now. They've not paid attention to their recon, so they can't see anything. Here goes Novu's attack. Leopard 2A3s into T-80s, BMPs. It's focusing on the 80s. Good. Using the stabilizers. These tanks have good stabilizers. They can fire well on the move. Not as good as they could before, which is a shame, because they were really fun before when they had 100% stabilizer, but it is what it is. Gets a bit too close to the BMP infantry, who are going to run forward and try and kill them with their ATGM. No, their whatever it is called. Anyway. They don't get very far. That was a bit brave. That was a bit pointless, so they need to be repaired now. So Red going to counter-attack by the looks of it. Yeah, Red senses weakness, pushing up T-80s, BMP-1s, Motor Strelkies. Puts blue on there, so a bit of a wasted, kind of pointless attack. Expensive tanks without anything to soak up the ATGMs get punished, but he doesn't lose any of them, but good opportunity now for red to exploit. The MW1 comes in, plane that never survives, kills 2 motor strike keys, okay, gets a couple of kills but doesn't pay for itself because it's expensive. And you have to consider, oh, this T80 is insane going that far in. He wants to shoot down that road though, and he's going to kill that supply truck. So a good use of that sight line. If you know what you're doing, you can really exploit the way sights work in urban environments. You just get really perfect firing lines, as long as you don't have to think about taking the cover modes they go into, because when you don't put cover on, it just wanders off somewhere and hides in a bush instead of staying where you want it to go. Now on this side, it's calmed down, so because Propaganda's helping his teammate on that side, Kuranovu's partner on this side is building up, so pretty soon we might be seeing a push. Not a lot of defense here. A lot of it's quite beaten up as well. Cub's probably a bit too far forward. Propaganda wanting to push in here though. Strikers in good positions. Needs to be careful of side shots. This tank's going backwards. Going backwards, showing its back to the strikers. Oh, we're going to be caught facing the wrong direction. No, he gets lucky. It's 203s and 204s moving in to try and cover this out. ELF going in from the side. Is there a CV? Nope. It's all about the CVs. It's not really worth attacking at all if you're not putting if you're not doing. Oh, there is a CV. Okay, just ignore me. I shouldn't even bother commentating. It's all just rubbish. So yeah, he's moving in. He's going to try and kill those arm bursts, those armbands. Propaganda's CV gets in, puts them down to a +1. Blue CV still going, hidden behind that building. The attack here has started. Infantry spotted and getting shot by tanks. So most of them are going to die before they get into the buildings. One of them gets right and runs away. Not really the infantry would be doing this job. Not really appropriate. They can't take fire without running off. So that's been shut down. The artillery pouring in and a napalm coming in as well. So this is the combination of West German air support and what it can do. If you don't attack with the appropriate forces, everything just dies instantly because there's just so much fire support pouring in from these West German divisions. T80 gonna die from artillery. So failed attack, overcommitment, gonna put the defense at this point in really bad position. Sultan already moving in, lots of infantry coming in. So this has been costly, really costly. TH has gone down. There's now no tanks there, so this is potentially just going to disintegrate now. Over on this side, red pushing in, but there's a lot of forces in this tree line here. Yeah, you can see really that the number of blues and reds is starting to become a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Unbalanced. Blue generally cheaper units, better trading as well, especially on this side. Blues lost a lot of CVs over here, but that last attack really has just collapsed Red's position on that point. On this side, same sort of story. These infantry squads are not really the ones for this job. Jaegers are going down, but they can just mete out a lot more punishment than they take. Still, it's working. CV allowed to run away soon. Helicopters coming in to kill. Don't Don't know. They're just coming in to kill something. You just need some meaty infantry squads. Maybe use the Lars to take out these nearly dead infantry here. The lone BMP goes down. More coming in. So the investment's all on this side now. Trying to hold off Mondi on this side with artillery. Won't be long now until he's ready to attack across here, I'm guessing. Right now, points are paused. CHR propaganda and EDAF, though they're on the back foot with a points advantage. BMP's driving in here, but just dying straight away because there's so much AT. Look at this. These little pack of ACGMs flying in. BMP's going down, the artillery's spotted. Yeah, the artillery spotted by artillery. The artillery spotted by artillery, I just said. BMP spotted by artillery. This is bad. Really bad for blue. Massive blob of infantry moving through the forest now. Saperi's trying to steady the ship a little bit, but it's all over on this flank really. So big investment needed to contain this. Red stopped. All of their attacking wave gone. Now they're going to dig in these buildings here. Blue clearly expecting a lot more forces in this forest than there actually is. Still just trading fire over here. The T-80s are coming back in, so defense trying to anchor this side. CV's gone down there, so it'll equalize now again. BMP's coming up here. Get too close, get blown up. Gonna shoot the pioneers. So general T-80 assault here. Superior tanks, but not really outnumbered. So trying to clear out some of the German army. Lots of reds going down now. Lots of red. Let's swap sides again. T-80's coming in. I think they're probably realising that it's going against them a little bit, so T-80 attack to try and snipe some units. Weaken this side. Try and get down the middle, probing for weak spots. At this point, Blue's got really healthy forces and pumping out the airplanes. T-80's driven back in the middle, on this side flanking. No CV in the area, so this is just to try and kill as much blue as possible to even it out. Cat C has been driving around. I don't think they really need to do this because their aim is big enough to cover the entire map. Next wave of infantry coming in. Jaeger's big, I think they're 11-man squads, tough, gonna easily deal up these recon infantry squads. And this side, EDAF's infantry getting rolled up. Next wave of infantry is coming in. Blue's inhabited this area here, so now we can shoot at the entry point, so we can lock off the neck of this forest where red needs to go in to get into the point. TT's driving up. Red making the mistake of having no recon, and he's up against all the recon in the world on blue side, so he's got a massive line of sight disadvantage, and the corrected artillery doing what it does. Strela sat there for some reason. Goes down. However, only 10 minutes left, and it still favours red because of poor CV play by blue. So I think they just hold on, but they probably can't hold on because their forces here are dying, and the Jaeger, Milan, Marder, big old blue blob moving in. Artillery, CV does not go down, but is there a CV here which they can put in? They need to. They need to. Be an absolute tragedy if they lost this one because they've outplayed the opponents generally, except for CVs, which is after all what the game is all about. So trading shots, long range with tanks on that side. There's not really a chance of red to get in there. I mean, the greatest chance at this point is just hold on in here, so don't worry about that, that's done. Just fill this with infantry, I think is probably the best way. Their divs aren't the best at pumping out cheap infantry like the West Germans can, but it's their only option now really, because it's filling up with Marders and Panzer Grenadiers and Jaegers quickly. I don't know why they haven't. They really ought to. I think to win this, they need artillery and they need MLRS. That is what they want. Start smashing these areas here which contain high priority targets, and just most of the buildings here are intact, so just put your blob there and just hold them off. Instead I can see that they're still investing in tanks. It's a bit late for them to be useful because the fighting's all going to be urban now. So this Sultan here puts blue back on a positive point. As to whether they've got enough time, well, they will once it goes to a +2, and there's not a CV coming. Well, there's one coming, but if blue's smart, he's going to push all the way through here now.